because I noticed it cut me off last time when I didn't wait. I wanted to come back on because I had my 10 days of the parasite purge with ParaPurge and the, however you say it, TEDCA. Yeah, I'm sure it abbreviates for something, but it protects the liver. And so I did 10 days on, and then I did 5 days of rest. So today is my first day starting again. And what I wanted to come on and say is that for myself, what I've learned is that it's either good to document by coming on here and vlogging about my experience, or to write down when I actually start on the calendar, because as I continued on, I lost track of time altogether. Especially when I came on between day 4, 5, and 6 were extra hard with that. I would also say make sure you have enough to eat. And yeah, that's my biggest things. Make sure you do have time to rest and to ground with nature, and make sure that your bowels are moving so that you're definitely staying active physically to help the digestive system and the lymphatic system. But also, you're eating whole foods as much as possible, whole living foods like veggies and fruits and healthy juices. Because I've just noticed recently that I have not been as regular as I usually was. So that is very important to make sure that you you have a colon cleanse down and you're continuing that. And if you're needing some help with that, the Cascara sagrada is helpful. The psyllium husk can be helpful, just as additives that you can, use for, I like to get it out of food, but it's okay if you're needing that added help. Nothing wrong with getting some support. So, yeah, it looks like it's strange. People are coming on and falling off. So if you're on here, you can ask a question. I just wanted to come on because this is my first day back on for another 10 days. I did actually end my last one, and I took an extra one in the morning. So I'm going to be doing 9 days fully with 3 of the ParaPurge. And then on the 10th day, I will only have 2. That's okay. It'll work just fine. So don't worry about that. But that is because I wasn't exactly sure where I was. And isn't until just today that I went on and I looked at my date. So I started the ParaPurge on June 4th. And when I also went back today and I looked at the video that was for day 6 or 3 through 6 to see where I was at. And I actually was on day 6 on that video, but I wasn't exactly sure if I was. So it's just interesting how it's hard to keep track. And with this one here for the liver support, you only take it 2 times a day. So what I was trying to do is make sure that I took it my first morning one, and then in the next 8-hour time frame, because you don't want to take that one in. Well, I didn't want to take it in the middle of the night because it's too hard. I was sometimes having a hard time in staying at exactly 8 hours, and I just said that's okay. Sometimes I overslept in the last 8-hour one because I kind of liked doing it at like 9 in the morning. Excuse me, I have a hair that keeps getting in my mouth. I liked doing it to where it was somewhere around 3 in the morning for one of them, and then the other ones I could do. So that's how I kind of tried to do it. But there were a couple times where I was like, oh shoot, I'm like 2 hours off. So do the best you can with it, but be flexible, because it's the parasites are going to go no matter what. but I did try to make sure it was at least 8 hours before I took the next one. But I was okay if, let's say, in the last evening one, if I needed it to be more close to 3, then I might have taken it at like 7 hours. So I felt like that was pretty good for me. It was just that final 8 hour one that was difficult for me to keep regular. So, anyways, that is where I'm at. I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that and to document for myself, because now I'm going into the next round. Anything that I have noticed less bloating, and I have noticed a little bit more energy, at least during this rest time, this 5 days. During the purge, I was tired. And so, I mean, the first beginning stages, I was fine. But I thought, after reading some of the reviews, people were saying at like day 4 and 5 that had a bunch of energy. I didn't feel that way. But, there's a lot of factors that go into that. I've been observing my cycle for the month, and just cyclical beliefs and patterns, thoughts, and what my body's doing. And so it could have just been that that's the time, and it seems like more the time of, for myself, ovulation, and then my energy kind of plummets some. And so with the parasite purge, it just was something additional that my body was working through. So I'm going to be documenting and journaling more on that, because that is important to me, to really get to know thyself, so that I can see these patterns and bring those that are needing to be transitioned, to be let go of, to be released, transmuted to something else, into something of higher energy and vibes and life, because that's what this is all about, is choosing life instead of death. So let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, the energy thing, I just thought I would have more energy. Instead, I was feeling just kind of out of it. And that is okay. I was like, okay, that's where I'm at. But it is important for myself, and I don't know if you guys will have the same experience if you try this. I'm not a medical doctor, professional, or anything, and I'm not saying you need to do it or have to do it. This is for entertainment purposes, and I am just sharing with people my experience and what I'm going through. But if you choose to do it, it may be helpful for you to just document as well where you're at, what you're experiencing, and go from there. I think that that's for anything in life. To identify the patterns that we're in and to be able to shift out of those, we need to have awareness of them. That's the first step. And then from there, we can choose which direction we want to go in and how we are able to release that energy if it's stagnant and not helping us. So, that's all I wanted to say, you guys. I hope you're doing great. I will hopefully be back on for more updates if the vlog works for me to get on. Even if I just say, hey, I'm here for day 2 now, so that I can keep track. That may be what I, end up doing. If not, I'm going to try to do better at just writing down, okay, this is where I'm at, so I can keep track. And I make sure I'm doing 3 a day of the ParaPurge with 2 of the liver protector. And then, like I said, I'm going to stay active. I've been doing some running and stuff, trying to make sure that my colon is cleansed and these parasites have a clear pathway to exit. That's so, so important in everyday life anyways. You want to be able to do that for our lymphatic system, right? Our cellular byproducts and waste. We want that operating, and that has to be done through our skin, sweating, but most importantly, first off, is the kidneys and the adrenals, making sure that it can, get out, and we're operating at the highest level, our organs and our glands. So we want to be doing that on every level, and that means also being able to be regular on how we yeah, excrete the waste from our body from what we're eating and stuff. And parasites are going to be leaving, right there. So we want to make sure. I'm kind of rambling on now, but it's important to make sure that waste and garbage gets out of our body. That's the biggest thing. And we have to do that by staying active and eating whole living foods, and also breathing exercises are very helpful. I did that several times during the parasite cleanse. I still felt more stagnant for some reason, but it did help. So I'm hoping to get more on that regular basis, and maybe it's just because these parasites, it's new for my body, and so it's getting into a new rhythm of things. So I'm gonna just need to help support my body extra and making sure those pathways for the exit are wide open. And is let's see, I'm not sure if there's anyone else that has questions, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave the video now for the next time. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope that if you're on a parasite purge or thinking about it or anything like that, that you guys will comment, and when I can, I will look at them, and it'd be nice just to kind of touch bases with people, see what, support one another on our walk. So let's see, I remember studying with you, you telling the family about the cards you made explaining who. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this about the parasites, but yes, I am doing good. And yes, I remember, let's see, I'm not sure. I don't know who this exactly is, but I loved the family that I studied with back in the day when I first started to awaken, or now I say rising up, because to wake is about like, right, when awake is death, and we're not actually, like, if you break down words and use etymology, you find out the root meaning of them. And so that's something else I've been very aware of, is the words I'm using and how I am putting out that energy, because everything we say has a currency or a current or a frequency or a vibration to it. So thank you for being here. Love you guys, and I will be back again. I have to get moving this morning, but I did want to come on. If you just came on to say I'm on my next 10 days of starting the parasite cleanse, and this is for myself, and I say myself as MY and then cell with the F at the end, because this is all about ourselves and on a deeper level, every part of us. We are more than, right? We're just living in these bodies, which we need to take care of, and honor them. And yeah, so that is where we're at. One thing I stopped saying is, and good morning is another one. That's a good one that I just talked to my young one's dad about that, because he says good morning to everyone no matter what time of day it is. So I said, yeah, do you know what that is? Like, you're mourning for, right? Like, even if the word is written differently, there's still a meaning and a vibration behind it of what it actually is referring to and meaning. And that is how we've been deceived. There's so much power there that we give away or we speak out, that is, we're thinking in a positive way, but it's actually negative because our language is used to control. So we have to be careful in what we say. So I'm glad you brought that up, because when I said it to him, he's like, yeah, but you know what I mean, and they know what I mean, and it does make them smile and laugh and stuff. But this is very deep, and until we actually take it seriously, and that's what I said, is that no, our language is serious. We just need to be more aware of what we're putting out into the world, who we're being. And it's hard because I guess maybe the best way to lead is by example, and as we transform and help ourselves, then we're able to help others by shining in a true light, not the false light type of way. It's all about that, and it's not getting stuck. So, anyways, that's what I'm learning or remembering, because we all know this. It's just remembering, coming back to who we are, all of our members of who we are. So, yes, if you want to check it out, it is an update. It's so good to see you. I'm not sure exactly who this is, Ya Supreme, for the name on YouTube, but yeah, love you guys, miss you guys, but I am doing well, and I'm continuing to grow and to expand in my awareness, and to truly return home to to where everything, I don't even know how to say it, but just to return home. I'll just leave it at that. To absolute truth and to wholeness, that we are, so that we've forgotten. Love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Have a great day. And don't forget, choose life.